Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're tackling something pretty huge, how AI is about to completely change the way we get hired. There's this new research paper, and it's suggesting something kind of radical. What if we stopped obsessing over resumes and started matching personalities to jobs?
All right, let's just jump right into it. I mean, we've all been there, haven't we? You're either sending out what feels like a million resumes into the void, or you're on the other side drowning in a sea of applications. The truth is, the way we hire people, well, it's been kind of broken for a long time. It's just full of these frustrating mismatches and, honestly, a ton of missed opportunities.
And the heart of the problem isn't just bad luck. It's really about what the traditional hiring process is even looking for. It's got this super narrow view of what makes someone a great employee, and it's almost totally focused on what's on paper. So here's the thing. Traditional hiring, it's basically just a keyword matching game. It's like a computer scanning for specific technical skills, but it completely misses the actual person behind the resume. And when you only focus on that stuff, what happens? You get a terrible fit for the company culture, which leads to unhappy people, folks leaving all the time, and yeah, the company just doesn't perform as well. Okay, so if the old way is so busted, what's the alternative? Well, this is where it gets really interesting. Researchers are throwing out a pretty radical new idea. What if, instead of just matching keywords, we could match personalities? And that brings us to this big concept, hyper-personalization. Hyper-personalization, it's really all about getting the full picture, understanding the whole person. It's the difference between asking, hey, can you code in Python, and asking, are you the kind of creative problem solver who just lights up in a team setting? The idea is to use AI to dig into those soft skills and personality traits to find a job where someone isn't just going to work. They're going to absolutely thrive. Now, to pull this off in a scientific way, the researchers leaned on a really well-established framework from psychology called the Big Five personality model. You might have heard of it. It's this super reliable way of breaking down personality into 5 main areas: openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and emotional stability. And this is where it gets really powerful. The research doesn't just stop at the theory. It creates a practical blueprint. It actually maps these big 5 traits to specific job functions. So someone who scores high on openness, they might be a perfect fit for a role in production. Super conscientious, that lines up great with finance. Suddenly, you've got this data-driven way to predict where a person could really, truly shine. Okay, this all sounds amazing in theory, right? But how on earth do you teach an AI to understand something as complex and, well, human as personality just by reading a resume? That's a huge challenge. You're going to need a seriously sophisticated engine to do that. And that engine, well, it's powered by these advanced AI models called transformers. You've probably heard of some of them, like BERT or Roberta. Now, these are not your grandpa's keyword scanners. No way. These are deep learning models that are built to understand the context and the nuance of how we talk. It's all part of this incredible field called natural language processing. So, how did they build this thing? The researchers followed a really straightforward 3-step process. It's almost like a recipe. First, you get the most important ingredient, the data. Then you pick your tools, the AI models. And finally, you train those models to be experts in one specific thing, recruiting. Step 1, the data. They built this custom dataset called HYK Skill. We're talking almost 10,000 sentences pulled from actual resumes and real job ads. But here's the magic ingredient. Every single one of those sentences was then looked at and tagged by actual PhD-level psychology experts. That human expertise is what teaches the AI to see the connection between the words people use and these deeper soft skills and personality traits. Then comes the training part, and they used a really smart technique called transfer learning. Basically, instead of trying to build an AI from the ground up, which would take forever, they took these super powerful language models that have already learned from like half the internet, and then they specialized them. The analogy's perfect. It's like taking a world-class language expert and sending them to a boot camp to become a specialist in the unique lingo of HR. Okay, so this is the moment of truth. We've got the theory, we've got the method. But did the AI actually succeed? Did it work? Let's check out the proof. First up, a simple test. Could the AI just read a sentence and figure out if his soft skill was mentioned, yes or no? And the answer was a huge yes. It hit an incredible 80% accuracy. But that was the easy part. The real test, the much harder one, was this. Could the AI not just spot a soft skill, but figure out which of the big 5 personality traits it belonged to? And even on that tougher task, it nailed it with 72% accuracy. That proves it's not just matching words, it's understanding the meaning behind them.
And when they put the different AI models head to head, there was a clear winner. This one model, called XLM Roberta, was the top performer, hitting that 72% mark. And that's so important because it shows this isn't just a cool idea on a whiteboard. It's a real, practical technology that actually works. So, let's zoom out. What does all of this mean for the future of hiring? I mean, how could this really change things for all of us, whether we're looking for a job or trying to build the perfect team?
There's a quote from the paper that just nails the whole vision. The idea is to build a hiring process that actually values things like creativity and diversity, to have a system that can see someone's potential, their personality, and how they'd fit, even if their resume doesn't have every single keyword on some outdated checklist.
When you really think about it, this kind of AI-driven hiring is a total win-win. For job seekers, it could mean a much fairer process, one with less bias that helps you find a job you'll actually enjoy. And for companies, it means people stick around longer, and the whole place runs more efficiently. It's really about building a happier, more productive workforce, right from the very start. So that leaves us with this one big, kind of crazy question to think about. As this tech moves from the research lab into the real world, maybe your next big career move won't come from a human recruiter, but from an algorithm that gets you, maybe even better than you think. Thanks for joining me on this explainer.